Hello, and welcome back to another reading. Let's see what the cards have to tell us today. Okay, deep breath. We have the Page of Swords and the Chariot. So the Page of Swords is about a messenger of clarity. I think that maybe this is advice that you're getting from other people or from your own intuition or strangers even, and you're starting to sharpen your instincts. You can interpret that by looking at the sword. You're kind of honing in on your goal. You're getting ready for battle, so to speak. And the Chariot is about things incoming, or fate moving in quickly, destiny, perhaps. Just know that things are on the way. As you clarify your thinking, your goals, your wants, you will take steps that deliver you to that desired reality faster. People say that if you really want to manifest, you should get clear about what you want. Otherwise, you can just take the everything is working out in my favor mentality. But wouldn't it be nice to actually, get specific things? The Eight of Pentacles. This is about, return on investments. Your finances growing, material gains increasing. The work that you're putting in is paying off. Okay. And we have the Three of Wands. This is energy of collaboration, celebration, passions growing, projects moving along. There's an energy of electricity, inspiration. Don't mind the background noise. And then there's the Page of Pentacles, which is a messenger of, worldly things, financial abundance, maybe clarity about how to achieve it. And let's do one more shuffle and pull a final card from here. Two cards seemed to want to come out. Okay. I have Temperance. So, two angels pouring from equal-sized cups into a larger cup, and all of that is flowing into a chalice and a pool. I think that this is about balance, you can see from these two. And you want to approach what you're doing now with a balanced energy. You want to think in terms of moderation and, you know, making sure that you can, whatever you're doing right now, you want to have the energy to sustain it. So finding the right way to go about that is going to be important for you at this time. And the Ten of Wands. This is an energy of, you know, fulfillment, accomplishment, power, excitement, you know, and it's also, you know, the 10 is kind of a card of completion, regardless of the suit in tarot. So, you know, you're kind of realizing a vision that you have, and it's an exciting time. So you should take a moment to be proud of yourself and celebrate. And now we're going to pull from the Divine Feminine Wisdom Oracle. And I have a little cup of tea. This is the Harney and Sons Paris tea. It's delicious. Oh, that was the best shuffle I've ever done. Joy, pure happiness. What you should be doing right now is chasing your joy. It doesn't mean indulging in complete hedonism, but, you know, follow your intuition and your curiosity and creativity. Find what makes you feel whole and well. Success, accomplishment of one's goals. That's fairly self-explanatory. And we'll draw a third one. Forgiveness. Releasing anger and resentment. This is an important final card, I think, because, you know, in order to move forward, you must release what's been holding you back. There might be, you know, old grievances haunting you, you know, patterns that you feel like you can't break out of, and you have to forgive yourself for the actions you took to sustain that pattern and the actions of others that, you know, reinforced it. And accept that you made those choices from a place of not knowing what you know now. And you can do better now. You can make different choices. You can show up with a higher frequency. Finally, the Ancient Stones Oracle. Okay, a bunch of cards just jumped out there, so we will take them. All right, the Eggstone. Feminine power, embodiment, fertility. Regardless of what gender you are, this is kind of a, you know, an indication that you should embody whatever desired state you want to be in. Don't just wait for it to arrive or wait for you to feel like it, you know. Think about really how you would show up if you were already it. and do that. And, you know, you'll start to fertilize, you know, your desired outcomes, if that makes sense. Creativity, creative expression, trust your vision. You're getting to know yourself better, you know, how you show up creatively, finding what really moves you and excites you. Because maybe not every creation that you make is something that you're passionate about, but as you become more selective, you know, you will hone your strengths. Lay it on the altar. Hand it over, soften, surrender, forgive. Again, forgiveness. You know, you might be trying to force things into being, or, you know, getting really stressed out about how things are supposed to go, and, you know, you should just forget about the future, forget about the past. Obviously, it's impossible to do that entirely, but really just try to enjoy the present. Detach from the outcome and do something for the experience of doing it. And the healing stones. Tenderness, care, gentleness, nourishment. Really take this time to nourish yourself, you know. Invest in the things that you need to adopt better habits. You know, maybe cut some bad habits out, whether those are in the form of substances or people or negative thought patterns. And, you know, just take it easy on yourself. Love yourself enough to discipline yourself about, you know, the right things, but don't, you know, don't force yourself to be anything. Thank you.